Hello everyone, and welcome to today's webinar, How to Make Life Easier for Your Box Office. Today's webinar will be presented by Mikala Thompson, who is an accesso Client Services Manager. Originally, she was going to be joined by Joe Wedstead, accesso Vice President of Client Services, but unfortunately, he's sick today and sends his best regards. Rest assured, you're in great hands with Mikala. She came to accesso as a previous user of the system and provides great perspective from the venue point of view. Before we get started, I'd like to go over a few housekeeping items so you know what to expect and how to participate in today's webinar. You may have already noticed that your voices have been muted. You'll have the opportunity to type questions and they'll be addressed at the end of the webinar. At accesso, we know that you want to be a forward-thinking industry leader. In order to do that, you need technology solutions to grow your business and create connected guest experiences, because technology really is critical to the success of your business and the happiness of your guests. But it's not always that easy and can leave you feeling overwhelmed. Venues around the world struggle to keep up with evolving technology and growing guest expectations, often lacking the functionality, resources, and data they need to succeed. At accesso, we get it, and we provide solutions that empower our clients to create connected guest experiences that drive their business forward, from distribution to ticketing, point of sale, virtual queuing, and finally tying together the entire guest experience. Our suite of solutions is ready to help you at your venue. That's why over 1,000 venues in 30 countries have chosen to partner with us.
Thanks, Lynette. So let's go ahead and talk about our wheelhouse now, box office ticketing. So the accesso box office ticketing product serves a variety of live entertainment venues around the globe. Our highly customizable white label platform is designed to deliver sold out houses and standing ovations. With over 600 installations in theaters, concert venues, sports arenas, casinos, fairs, and attractions, our box office ticketing solution is a proven success. As we will explore today, there are lots of features and functions that can help in creating unique guest experiences and help in garnering more revenue with advanced pricing features. So let's preview the areas we will focus on during today's webinar. So part one will focus on common box office struggles and how to best leverage accesso's box office ticketing for each. Part two will focus on new features in box office ticketing that can help your box office team save time and energy, some which have recently been added, and then a few coming soon. And then finally, we'll finish up with a Q&A. So let's jump right into part one, common box office struggles and remedies. The box office pain points we'll go over today include having adequate time for admin tasks, managing event inventory, mitigating long phone and walk-up queues, enforcing all sales or final policies, managing group sales, and pulling reports. Now let's take a look at how the accesso box office ticketing solution can help solve these problems. The first area of struggle we're going to explore is time, specifically carving out time for setup and admin. As a box office manager for over a decade, I was always looking for ways to maximize the limited time I had for back-end setup and for responding to the needs of all the partners and colleagues who depended on me and the ticketing system for sales details and patron information in their respective areas. These 5 functions in the system can save you and your box office hours over the course of a season. Season rollovers. Rolling season packages from one year to the next has long been something that accesso's development team has done for venues, but not everyone knows about or takes advantage of. Automating the task of moving season tickets into holds and then going a step further, making those holds available in patron accounts for online purchase can greatly streamline the renewal process for your box office. Contact your CSM if you'd like more information on how to complete a rollover form. Donation auto responses. If you're taking donations through accesso and haven't created and enabled an automatic acknowledgement message, you could be saving your team and your fund development team a ton of time and effort. Thank you emails are customizable at the campaign level with tokens for dollar amount, date of donation, patron name, organization tax ID, among others. And even you can include a custom letterhead image to provide an instant and complete acknowledgement to your donors for their tax records. You can set these time savers up under Fund Development, Campaigns, Thank You email. The membership area also offers 3 opportunities for the ticketing system to reach out on your behalf. The first is under Memberships, Membership Levels, Welcome Email. Similar to the donation thank you email, the membership welcome email can also include tokens to populate custom patron info into the message, like membership start and end dates and member ID. More importantly, this area can describe how and when to use membership benefits and include links, details, instructions, and photos, as it's fully customizable. Under the Renewal tab, you can also set up custom automated emails to remind your patrons that their renewal date is coming up to continue the membership, and an added email at a later time if the membership has expired. Both messages arrive with an automated link that can either take the patron to the membership homepage to shop around or have the renewing membership level added to their basket automatically. So automated responses in general can save tons of staff time and really put information in the hands of the patron in advance. So if this is set up well on the front end, it can really save a ton of phone calls as well. If your venue has a run of shows, games, films, or tours, and the basic details are the same for each time, consider utilizing the auto scheduler feature under performances. You can create up to 500 performances in one pass by using this tool, and even designate blackout dates on the calendar and customize on-sale dates and times for each. And finally, the never-ending issue of providing ticket counts. Instead of constantly interrupting your work to pull a report for a promoter or someone on the marketing team, lean into the promoter login setup accessible under User Management, Reporting Users. Allow access to just counts and revenue, or add patron emails, mailing addresses, event membership, or donation manifests. Reporting users can literally be anyone who asks you for a report. So your maintenance team, your concessionaire, your merchandise vendor, they can each have a login to check on event sales to inform their staffing. How about your partnering restaurant or parking garage? By empowering your promoters, vendors, and teams to view the reports of your choosing, you take yourself out of that equation. The second common area where box office teams struggle is inventory management. Babysitting inventory and making price changes manually are a part of the job that could be left to accesso. Are you flipping the switch yourself for rush tickets, early bird sales, Cyber Monday, or dynamic pricing at a certain capacity? Under the pricing tab for every performance is a maintain automatic price changes button. Use this to update your pricing by date and time or by capacity sold. Increasing the price by $5 when half the house is sold, done. Offering a 30% discount on Cyber Monday, then back to normal the next day, done. You can now also easily import scheduled price changes in the same admin area if you use a high number of pricing codes. And we'll actually talk a little bit more about that feature a little bit later. Are you also keeping tabs on specific pricing codes to keep from overselling a certain ticket type, or not sure how to limit patrons to a certain number of tickets at a special discount? Back under that same pricing tab, there's a button labeled Pricing Code Purchase Limits. Here, you can have the system limit tickets in a certain category, like, for example, only selling 100 student tickets. You can also limit pricing codes per patron, such as only allowing 4 discounted tickets per customer. On your main backend admin screen, viewing your quick stats is also a fast and easy way to preview sales for your upcoming events, as well as any sales that have occurred today. The quick stats area has recently also been updated to include tickets on hold, so you can now quickly see how many tickets need to be released or fulfilled, as well as how many have been sold. Also, if it's helpful for your organization to see more than 10 upcoming performances when logging in, you can just ask your CSM to increase that number to better serve your venue's needs. Again, many of these existing tools in the platform can save a ton of time and also help potentially generate more revenue. So just reach out to your CSM to explore other ways to help you automate. There are just a lot of underutilized areas that can definitely make life easier for your team. A third place where box offices tend to struggle centers around never-ending phone and walk-up queues. So here are a few tips to address those lines. Reducing phone volume. So if your venue is still making phone sales less expensive than online sales, this tip is meant for you. Most customers prefer to purchase online, but oftentimes will abandon their cart, as you know, and dial in when they realize that the same tickets will be less expensive by phone. So by making your fees consistent between phone and online orders, you take away the incentive to order by phone, drastically reducing the number of call-ins, while also allowing customers to confidently purchase online, knowing they are paying the same price. Also, if you don't currently have a phone sales team and end up fielding all of those calls yourself, please reach out to your CSM about exploring a partnership with the Accesso call center. It's a 100% patron-funded service. It's open 12 hours per day, and they answer questions and sell tickets on behalf of your venue. So this frees up your team from answering calls and voicemails so that you can focus on other areas. Mitigating lines at the box office. Similar to the phone fees, consider having your walk-up tickets cost the same as online purchases. Again, this takes away the incentive to purchase in person, taking up valuable box office staff time. Similarly, making in-person ticket pickup methods like will call less prominent than customer-focused methods such as mobile or print at home is also going to reduce lines and staffing bandwidth. Charging for will call pickup, for example, similar to charging for mailing tickets, will reward customers who choose to go the more sustainable self-service routes like digital tickets if your organization offers that option. Pushing sales online. With both the phone and walk-up queues, it goes without saying that pushing sales online by making the web and mobile purchasing process more cost-effective for the customer will create time and space for your team to focus on other areas. Additionally, online purchases require basic data collection that will drive return revenue for the organization. The negative impact that anonymous and walk-up sales has on your trove of patron data definitely needs to be considered. Displaying relevant system messaging. Another underutilized corner of the ticketing system is the system messages area, which is under system configuration. Here, there are over 40 opportunities to answer questions before patrons need to call in and ask them. From describing your orphan seat policy when someone tries to leave a single seat online, to customizing your online password reset email, take the time to view and edit each message to more closely align with the operations and voice of your organization, instead of just using what the system came with. And finally, offering time-friendly online options. Make online purchasing so quick and easy that your customers will never want to wait on the phone or in a box office line ever again. Is your site using Facebook login, guest checkout, or the PayPal checkout option? Streamlining this process by adding convenient login and payment options will increase the likelihood of a completed order and a return customer. Afraid of losing out on patron data by enabling guest checkout online? In short, you won't. When entering their billing information and delivery email, the customer is actually still creating an account in the system, while just only skipping the step of choosing a login password. This is a win for the patron and the venue, as the patron saves time during the purchase and can later add in a password for online account access. And the venue will still receive that important customer data after the sale. It's also worth mentioning to be sure to periodically just go through the online purchasing path yourself to better understand the customer's experience and also remove any potential obstacles to finalizing the order. This type of process will also help you to understand where obsolete system messaging and surprise fees cause a customer to change their behavior and then call or purchase in person. So putting yourself in your customer's shoes will help you better understand and improve those experiences. The fourth area of box office struggle is enforcing that all sales are final policy. So First and foremost, if you're not currently offering ticket insurance with online purchases, contact your CSM for more information and to enable Fan Shield to save your organization and your patrons time and money. This is the easiest way to take the burden of customers changing plans and family emergencies out of your area of involvement. Customers can even choose to purchase online ticket insurance later, even up to 24 hours before an event begins. All policy purchase claims, funds, and customer service for ticket insurance are handled through Fan Shield, and your bottom line and your sanity will stay intact. Allow your customers to put their tickets up for resale through their online account with no impact to your revenue if the tickets don't sell. In fact, if another customer does purchase those tickets, you'll collect double the fees. There are many prior accesso webinars that go into the benefits of enabling resale on your system, so please get with your CSM for more information on this functionality. Be flexible without losing the revenue. The goal should always be to keep the funds in-house, so offering other alternatives to cash or credit card refunds like patron credits can be a great way to meet in the middle for customers who have those exceptional situations. No money will leave your organization, and the patron will feel heard and valued and look forward to attending another event in the future. Additionally, exchanging tickets to a new event or even moving those funds into a membership or donation can also be a great solution, especially if it opens up seats to a highly sold event. Everyone wins there. A fifth area of box office struggle deals with having enough bandwidth to manage sales and seating for large groups. The qualifiers functionality under events and performances has rapidly become a venue favorite for addressing all things groups. An opportunity to manage reservations, take payments from individual group members, and address individual seating needs within the reservation are just three of the major benefits to using this feature. Giving groups private access to a block of seats online will save you and your team dozens of calls, those individual payments, and all the seat exchanges. This will also make the group leader's job 100 times easier, increasing the chances they will return with another group in the future. The sixth common area where box offices tend to struggle is the wide world of reports. If your venue is using all areas of the system, there are 8 different categories from which to pull reports. In the spirit of demystifying those categories, here's a quick rundown. Ticket inventory contains reporting on ticket counts, revenue, and seating manifests. Fulfillment has reporting on patron, delivering order info in relation to those ticket sales. Marketing and sales include reporting on conversions by source, day, zip code, pricing code, purchasing channel, or promo password. The patron reporting area includes downloads for external databases, patron reporting by value, event category, classification, or credit. The member category includes all membership-related donations and manifests, and similarly, the donation area includes all donation-related downloads and manifests. The system reporting area includes user and gateway reports and also items created reports that help inform your monthly accesso billing. Access control is all things ticket scanning. Accounting and finances will include reports and downloads dealing with transactions, reconciliation, event settlement, and daily deposit info. And then your custom reporting will, of course, include any custom reports that have been added to your site. So if you're not sure which report to run out of the more than 120 available in the reporting suite, consider using one underutilized shortcut: pulling quick reports from the order lookup area. So if you head into order lookup, enter your search criteria and use the reporting area at the bottom of the screen to create an HTML or downloadable version of the results. Need a report of all orders canceled yesterday, orders that used patron credit last month, or all orders currently in resale status? Give this method a try and see if it saves time from looking for a specific report. As we all know, data is an incredibly powerful tool. So if you're looking to pull a specific type of information and you're not sure where to start, just connect with your CSM and they can help you explore options there. Okay, so now that we've looked at the common box office problems and some remedies, let's talk about some of the new features in box office ticketing and how they can help your box office team save time and energy. Here you can see some of the recently added features and then some upcoming features as well of our box office solution. So we'll go through each one right now. First up is Flex Bundles. This feature is available now for GA and reserved quick pick maps and will be coming soon for select your own seat maps as well. Flex bundles are similar to the prior bundle functionality if you've used that, but with a more user-friendly online interface and as a huge bonus, a matching box office experience for phone and walk-up sales. This saves staff time as you can now skip the process of searching for those performances and then changing the price of the tickets individually. Flex bundles for the reserved select your own seat maps will roll out to sites in spring of this year, and we'll keep you posted with an admin announcement on that. Next up are interactive online and box office seat maps. After several months of development and testing, this highly anticipated interactive seat map functionality is now available, both online as well as in the box office. No more clicking in and out of sections to see availability. This streamlined version of seat selection has already increased conversion rates for our venues who beta tested the feature. The more sections you have in your seat map, the more time the interactive functionality will save you, your team, and your customers on every single order. So please contact your CSM if you are ready to make the move into interactive seat maps. As I mentioned earlier, when discussing inventory management, you can now upload automatic price changes directly into a performance using a spreadsheet. This saves time and typing when you have a lot of price codes to change at once and is available now under the pricing tab at a performance level. Also, for sites using HTML print-at-home tickets, you now have the option to create and send a print-at-home ticket from any order with an email address. So now you can confidently say yes to customers who call in requesting a set of print-at-home tickets after they already selected will call. This option is available now under System Configuration, Ticketing Settings, Delivery Methods. Accesso's distribution system can also make a world of difference for your box office. With just one API connection into your ticketing system, you can reach new customers with ease and sell live tickets from your system. This helps you reduce the risk of fraud, eliminate the need for vouchers, and also eliminate the long lines at the box office that come with the voucher exchanges. It also helps you decrease breakage, which can account for up to 20% of your monthly sales. Our accesso distribution system can connect you to our ever-growing global list of e-commerce retailers, ticket agents, travel agents, and tour operators, giving you access to billions of potential customers worldwide. Talk to your CSM for more information about getting connected. Another feature that we're excited to share with you is ticket templates. This new area will allow you to use tokenized performance info to automatically input text in your ticket fields, instead of entering and customizing manually in every single performance. You'll be able to build and select specific templates for different types of events, like home games versus special events, for example. No more margin for error on those dates, times, and event names when entering them manually into those ticket fields. Ticket templates will be available soon in spring 2020. And again, we'll promote this awesome feature through an admin announcement so you know when it's ready to use. Many organizations are still using an all or nothing approach to paying for orders. Did you know you can use the accounts receivable option during checkout to collect deposits and follow-up payments from your customers? Create and send invoices from those holds and orders, and manage large orders that require more payment flexibility. Let the system work for you instead of recording payments, deposits, and expirations manually outside of the platform. Also, if you're not currently utilizing PayPal as a payment method, ask your CSM for details on how to enable this option. PayPal also offers a credit option to qualified customers to take the responsibility of payment collection off of your venue's shoulders entirely. There's also an upgrade in the works that will allow venues to offer installment plans for purchases. This feature is currently in development and projected to roll out in fall of 2020 for certain payment gateways. Are you currently using the theme functionality to collect data about your customers, such as dinner choices, t-shirt sizes, or other information? Themes are now creatable and editable by your CSM instead of the development team to expedite the setup process when you need to collect that specialty data at a performance level. This saves time for everyone and makes the theme creation and update process much quicker from start to finish. The sold for field is another newer addition, and venues have been enjoying the ability to record alternate will call pickup names, group and school orders, parents purchasing for kids, and in general, just collecting an extra line of detail related to an order. This checkbox is located on your site now under system configuration. This sold for feature can also display a different phrase if another term makes sense for your organization. For example, we have some venues showing the phrase referred by or alternate pickup name instead of sold for. Next, if your box office has more than one pickup point available to your customers, like offsite events or even another event space on the other side of your venue, creating and using a will call alias for those performances could save you from all the customer questions and confusion. You can utilize a different will call alias for any performance that doesn't meet the standard will call pickup criteria. This feature is available now under system configuration, ticketing settings, delivery methods. So now that we've looked at some of the new features in box office ticketing, I will hand it back over to Lynette for the Q&A.
Thank you, Mikala. At this time, we'll go ahead and open the floor to any questions. As a reminder, you can type your questions into the GoToWebinar panel. And I think we already have our first one submitted. Does it cost more to add PayPal to your system?
So it does not cost any more to add it through Showware. Once you set up your PayPal business account, you'll agree to certain terms and charges with PayPal. You may already have a PayPal business account, but then those charges go, directly through PayPal. It doesn't cost anything for you to set that up in your accesso box office ticketing.
Perfect, thank you. The next one is, how do we get started with distribution?
So with the distribution network, that's just one process. You'll just reach out to your client services manager. We have a basic form that will go through with you about, what distribution channels that you want to pursue, such as TripAdvisor, Expedia, Groupon, and lots of others, which shows you want to sell, how much you want your tickets to cost, what those delivery methods are, what the terms are. So if you're interested in that, set up a time with your CSM to go through that, and then they can figure out what you want to get out of the distribution system and start the process there.
Great. I actually have a follow-up question for distribution. It was asked, you mentioned breakage when you were talking about distribution. What exactly is that?
Oh, great question. So breakage basically means that somebody else is selling tickets on your behalf and basically selling like a voucher to your event, right? So if they sell a voucher to your event and then the customer doesn't use the voucher to your event, that secondary seller, that distributor, doesn't actually have to pay you for that. So it's basically they're getting paid for the idea that they are selling something to your event, but the customer doesn't attend. So they're getting paid, but you're not, basically. But then you actually can't sell that seat again because you've already set it aside for this, that sort of like voucher hold. So basically with the API, with the distribution, it means that you're selling directly through Groupon, you're selling directly through Expedia, et cetera. So they're not, those companies aren't selling vouchers on your behalf and then not paying you for the vouchers when the patrons don't show up. So having that direct sales link takes out a lot of those layers and also helps make sure that your venue is getting the money it's entitled to by selling the privilege of having advanced admission to those events.
Perfect, thank you for that answer. Our next question is, it was about return tickets. Could you provide some more detail around how to process the donated funds?
Sure, absolutely. So if you do have donations set up in your system, it sort of depends on where you would want those ticket funds to be donated to. But if you have those already set up in your system, there's a few different ways you could do it. You could add a donation to the existing order in that amount and then cancel that ticket line item so that that money goes into the donation. Or you could actually cancel the line item, make a patron credit, and then separately go into the donation and purchase the donation from there. So there are a few different ways to do it depending on what works best for your team. But definitely reach out to your CSM to get started on that if you want to create like a specific fund for donated tickets and a specific campaign. Or if it's just something you want to use your existing donation campaigns for and just need to know how to sort of transact that. But there are a few different options that you can do straight from the box office order.
Great. Our next question is, we are a rental space and we get a lot of donated tickets. We have to break that out by ticket revenue, convenience fees, and the infamous order fee. Will this be made more user-friendly?
That's a great question. So I think we'd have to take a look at that case individually for sure. I would say, as a general comment, they're always looking for ways to be able to sort of like subdivide things like order fees better for, especially for mixed baskets. If you've got like 3 different promoters, having sold tickets in one order to a patron and then one order fee that's attached, obviously as this person already knows, it's difficult to then subdivide that order fee. So I would say in general, there's definitely development in the works to be able to most easily be able to subdivide for promoters, and certainly we can work with you to try and figure out how to make that work best for you.
Perfect, thank you. Our next question is, with the sold for option, once
Mhm.
enabled, how will it work? Where do we see the alternate name? Like, does it print on the ticket?
Great question. Yes. So the sold for field, if you do enable that, and there is a little note in the back end as well that says, hey, talk to your CSM if you turn this on, so you can figure out where it's all going to show up. So basically there's a place for it to be on the header ticket if you would like for it to be there. There's a place for it to be on the print at home ticket if you would like for it to be there. There's also a place at the very top of the order, on the top left of the order where the patron information lives, where the sold for field lives as well. So it'll be both patron facing and also internal to your team, so that that information is both searchable through order lookup and also viewable in those different places.
Wonderful. And I think we have time for one last question. Can automatic print at home within orders with an email exclude certain venues or method of delivery types?
There are some layers of exclusion with the print at home redelivery. I will say that when you do turn it on and click on resend, or excuse me, resend print at home tickets or redeliver print at home tickets, a box pops up and it gives you the option to select the tickets that you want to resend. So it doesn't automatically resend every single thing in the order. What you'll get to do is check those line items. Say you have one event that you want to resend print at home tickets, but not the other because maybe it doesn't never originally offered it, or it was in the past or whatever. Then you obviously don't have to check those boxes. But once you click on resend print at home tickets, you'll actually have the option of selecting which line items you want to send and also who you want to send them to. So if you're sending, excuse me, 2 tickets to one person in the household and 2 print at home tickets to someone else, you can actually do that with this functionality. So once you turn it on, and if you want to turn it on in your dev site just to take a look at it and play around with it, you'll be able to see how that works and looks once you do press that resend. It doesn't just, some of you will remember the older functionality where it was rebuild and resend, and it would just literally like create new barcodes and send everything back out to the exact same person. There's a lot more flexibility with this new option with the HTML. So you can actually pick which line items you want to resend and who you actually want to resend them to, which is awesome.
Great. I actually think one more question came in. Let's see here. Can you give a little bit more information on the resale process? You mentioned if someone cannot attend and would like to resell the tickets, there was a way to do so without losing out on ticket revenue.
Mhm. Absolutely. So with the resale functionality, there are a couple of layers that need to be completed before that starts. But basically, we would turn on resale for your system, and then you would go in and determine which performances specifically that you would want to enable resale on. So say you have like 3 sold out performances coming up and you want to enable resale because everybody's starting to sell tickets on the secondary market and people are asking to do wait lists and that sort of thing, if you just want to try it for those. So then basically you would go and enable resale. If you enable resale, you'll have the opportunity both in the box office in an order, and a patron can do it themselves online by just saying, I would like to put these tickets up for resale. So what happens is, if the tickets sell, if somebody else buys them, that customer is either automatically refunded to their credit card or to a patron credit based on how you've got it set up in the back end. The fees from the initial order go back into your coffers as a venue as a resale fee, and that's all known to the customer up front when they sign up for the resale. And then the second set of fees will also go into your account almost as though they were the original fees. So whatever the ticket price is at the time of the resale is the amount that you'll be paid. So say a season ticket holder, bought it in their package as a $30 ticket, then resells it, and you've dynamically priced that as a single ticket and it's now $50, you'll now be making $50 for that seat plus 2 sets of fees instead of the original $30. The season ticket holder gets their $30 back as that automatic part of the refund, and somebody who couldn't go to the show previously now gets to go. So it's definitely a win for everyone. And like I said earlier, there's a lot of like webinars and documentation out there about resale, but if you'd like to, set some time with your CSM to help you get that set up and just maybe try it out for one performance to see if you like it, that's something that can be done relatively quickly.
Great. Thank you so much, Mikala. And thank you everyone for attending today's webinar, How to Make Life Easier for Your Box Office. If we didn't get the chance to address your question, we will follow up with you individually. If you have any other questions or would like to learn more about our accesso box office solution, please contact sales@accesso.com. We'll be sending out the link to view this recording within the next day. And on behalf of accesso, Mikala, and myself, thank you again for joining us and enjoy the rest of your day.